Hello, how y'all doing? It's time for another diecast flashback. And this time we have a Matchbox Superfast Dodge Challenger. But before we get into this Dodge, let's look at some others. First up, we've got a Vilmer of Denmark open truck. This is kind of a unique kind of a truck, army truck, military. Let's take a look at the bottom of it. Vilmer, made in Denmark. And what it's got on here is a steering mechanism. This is one that might be on the restoration block. But anyway, this little wheel here, I think some Dinkies and Corgis may have done this, but it turns. You see the wheels. That's pretty cool. But Vilmer was a company in Denmark, and this one was made in 1954. It's pretty good shape. Next one we have a 19. This is actually a 1939 Dodge Airflow. And this is made by Erdl. And they made this in the, I think about the early to mid 90s. It's a bank. And they made a series of them. But I just thought that the truck was cool. Texaco tanker. This is a 39 Airflow. With that front end, Dodge also made cars with this same front end, this Airflow. But that's pretty neat. And that's a bank. And it's die cast, got rubber tires on it. It's pretty cool. Next one we got another big one. This one is a Barago of Italy. This is of a Dodge Viper GTS. This is a 1/18 scale. This is pretty cool. It's got opening doors. Of course, these bigger cars, man, they've got all the details on them. They got room. They got room to do it. There's the engine. It's pretty cool, pretty detailed. I don't have very many of these 1/18 scale cars, but this one, I was looking for a display case to put my cars in, and I came across a lady nearby that had one for sale and went to get it, and it was made out of acrylic. And it was loaded down with these cars. There was like 15 of this size. I mean, all kinds. Ferraris, GTOs, just all big 1/18 really nice cars. And I told her, I said, well, I just came to get the display case that you wanted $20 for it. She goes, well, me and my husband are going through a divorce, and they're his. You can have them. And I was like, okay. So that was pretty cool. That was a good deal because these are really nice. Anyway, the next one we've got a Corgi toy. Corgi, this is a Q Fargo truck. Corgi made this in 1967. It's got the opening hood. This is one I restored. The back tailgate comes down. These are pretty nice. Somebody else that did one that was really nice was Laszlo. Laszlo Collectibles. You ought to check him out. He does fine work. This is a pretty nice one. Next up, we've got a Matchbox 1/75 scale. This is just Well, not just a, but it's a Dodge crane truck. This one was made in 1968. Dodge was a popular model for Matchbox. So they got the black wheels on it. Dodge, made in England by Lesney. I restored this one too. Yeah, I did. This is one I had when I was a kid. That my mother never threw anything away, thank goodness. Next one, we've got a Matchbox Superfast. This one is a Dodge Charger Mark III. This one was made in 1970. This would be one of the first Superfast. But this was a actual car, but it was a concept car that Dodge made. It's pretty cool. Looks like a European race car, sports car, Corvette a little bit. It's a pretty nice one. 1970 is what that bottom says. Got the metal base on the good Superfast. Next, we got another Matchbox I want to show you. This is a Matchbox king size, and this one is a double. It's called twin tippers, Dodge tractor and twin tippers. And these both tip. This one, they unhook. You see that? These are pretty nice. Matchbox made this one in 1966. Comes unhooked. It tips back, and the tailgate, the gate comes down. Got a nice snap to it. Now, I don't know if this one doesn't come apart. It makes it hard when you restore something that doesn't come apart. You know, it's getting it back together sometimes is a problem. And then it's got its little tail. This one's got a, see how that turns? That's pretty cool. It's got the little hydraulic-like thing in there. What's it say? It looks like it's got a German name. I can't remember what that is. Frauhof. You see that? Frauhof tipper. But that's really neat. I like that. It's got the horns on the top. It's got all the smokestacks and everything. Let's get a look at that bottom. Dodge tractor. Next one we have, whoa, come on, easy. Next one we got a dinky. This is a Dodge Royal sedan. That's from the 50s. It's one of those 50 two-tone, you know, tail fins on there, man. These cars were just artwork, if you ask me. They just don't, I mean, that's just, you know, can you imagine putting that thing together on an assembly line and trying to repair them? Get a big dent in the top of that with that big curve on there, boy, that'd be a lot of metal finish on that car. This one was made in 1959. Dodge Royal sedan. Pretty nice dinky. Then we've got another English-British company. This is called Lone Star. And this one is a Dodge Dart. And they made this in 1969. Got a race car driver in there. Got a helmet on. This is a line that Lone Star made called Tough Tots. Pretty cool little car. Something you don't see. And then we've got one more I'm going to show you. This is a 1 to 43rd scale. This is American Car Collection Series by D. Agostini, and this is a Dodge Charger Daytona 1969. Got that big tail fin on there. This is really cool. Plymouth made one of these, version of these, called the Superbird. This one right here. That. Superbird. Roadrunner. And you know who drove that car, don't you? Richard Petty. Richard Petty autographed this photo for me. And it's pretty cool. And there's this car. Probably the most famous race car of all times. Right there. The King. Greatest of all time. So let's take a look at the one that I'm going to do here. This one, I'm going to customize this one. I've got some pretty cool looking rubber tires. I think these came from Greenlight. I've got some. It's got a big wide tire, and then it's got a skinny tire for the front. And I'm probably going to do a little work on that. Modify that little hood piece they've got there. Do something with that. It won't have decals back on it. It'll look more like a drag car of the time. Now, Matchbox made this in 1976. Let's get it apart. I pre-drilled. It's a metal base. They still made them like that. I'm going to save those wheels for something else one day, maybe. Never throw anything away. This one was made in China. There's your basic interior. Windows in good shape. And it's got the top part of the glass unit. I guess you can take that off. It's got little rivets on there. Probably no need to do that. It's pretty nothing base right there. I guess I could do a convertible. But I'll dress it up a little bit, put a little detail in it and everything. Well, as always, hope you stick around to the end to find out how it turns out. Hit the like button if you like what you see. And I appreciate everybody watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Catch up on what I've done on these axles, the base. I put some styrene tubes in there. And there's the front. Cut these to length. Had to modify the wheels a little bit. The rear one. And there's the wheels for it. Now I've got my button head screws in there, but anyway, you'll kind of get the idea there. I had to lower the back end. Of course, that screw's holding it up right now, but it will drop down on there. So that'll look a lot better. And then it had like a scoop on there. I cut that off. I didn't like it. Didn't look right. And what I've done is I used this steel stick by J.B. Weld. Stuff's great in filling up holes. It hardens like a rock. And I made the scoop like it should be. I molded it. And that's what the scoop ought to look like on a 73 Challenger. And that's where I filled in the bottom. And then I had to sand all the body lines off of it. It was horrible. Got those off. And they had, when they molded it, it had a really big indention in above that fender. So I filled it up. You can see that. I filled that up with Bondo. And I have sand all that down. But it ought to turn out pretty good. I'm still deciding on what color I want to do it. Either yellow with a black hood, a black spoiler, or plum crazy. You know, that was a Dodge color back in the day. All righty. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's put this crazy thing together. It was a chore, but it was fun. That's why I do it. It's pretty cool. So let's take a look at what I've done. Here's the body. And I've got the lights and the door handles painted, and I showed you where I didn't like that hood scoop Matchbox put on there, so I made mine that looks real. And painted the hood. And put these decals on here because the actual car had a white stripe, and I'm not that good at freehanding. So what I did was, you might find this helpful, is I had these set of decals here. Let's see, I had 2 sets. I don't know why. Let's see. So these are, I think these go on a van. You know, some kind of flames or ghosts or whatever. But there were these, I cut them off. You see there. You see these, the one on the bottom and the one on the top. So what I did is I cut them out and I stuck them on painter's tape and I spray painted them white. And there they are. There's one that side, one on the other side. I don't have the equipment to, or a good enough printer to print my own decals, so, you know, you have to learn to improvise. So anyway, let's put this, and then here we go. The base, used green light wheels and tires. You can buy them and they come like a 5-pack or something. And there's the, can we focus? Here, let's zoom in. There we go. There's the front, and there's the back. Big old Dodge on there. Got the exhaust right there. And I painted the black vinyl top white and the interior white. And I wanted to do plum crazy, but I had this purple metallic and it was pretty cool, so I just used it. All right. Let's see, where do we start? Oh yeah, let's show you. It's a good roller, look at there. Hopefully it'll roll when I get it together. Well, let's see. Got to put the this in first. Then the interior, and now that. Got another nice day outside. It's pool weather now, brother. Love it. Tired of that old cold weather. Well, Hope everybody's doing good. Got Father's Day coming up. All right, let's check it out. There it is. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of, it rolls, the tires roll good. I don't know why, there it goes. Anyway, looks pretty doggone good if you ask me. Well, thank you everybody for watching. And see y'all next time. Now that's a flashback. Have a good one.